Good morning, children. Today we will study lesson agriculture, and the topic is its introduction and its types. So before starting this, we should know what does agriculture mean. So this word has been taken from the Latin word, that is, agri means soil and culture means cultivation. So cultivation of soil is the meaning of agriculture. So we can call agriculture is a science, an art, and a process of cultivation of crops, rearing of livestock, fishing, forestry, etc. And in our country, it is an age-old economic activity of the people, and it depends upon the factors on which the agriculture depends is technical know-how of the people, technological, that is how do they use the technology. Another is the physical environment of that area and the socio-cultural practices of the people in that country. And it contributes towards the economy of the nation in what way or what is its importance. In our country, the population of the country, 2/3 engaged in farming and produces food and raw material for the industries. Now, which industries? For example, sugarcane is grown by the agriculture for the sugar industry, as well as cotton for the cotton textile industry, oil seeds for the other chemicals or other these industries. And other than these crops, it produces, which one is the commercial crops. These are the tea, coffee, and the spices, and we export it to the other countries. So it enhances the income of the country. Now, what types of farming is practiced in a country are: first is the primitive subsistence. What does it mean? What are its characteristics? So it is this farming is done on the small patches of the land and with the use of primitive tools, that is hoe, dhow, and the digging sticks. And the family or the community labor is used to work on these fields, and the people depend upon the monsoon as well as the natural fertility of the soil for the suitability of the environmental conditions. Now, in this category, we have one type, that is classification slash and burn agriculture. As the name speaks itself, slash means to cut down, clear the land, clear the patch of the land, burn them, and then make it fit for cultivation. So what they do, the farmers, they clear the patch of the land, produce the cereals, food crops to sustain their family. But when fertility of the soil decreases, farmers shift to the other area. Again, then they clear the fresh patch of the land and go for cultivation of the crops. And why do they shift? Because the land itself, what it does, fertility of the soil is replenished, and the farmers, they do not use any fertilizers, so the production is very low, and it is known by different names in the different states of the country. For example, it is known as jhuming in the northeastern states, for example Assam, Meghalaya, and Mizoram, Nagaland, and Pamlao in Manipur, Deepa in Bastar districts of Chhattisgarh, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So next is type is the intensive subsistence. It is done in the densely populated areas of the country. It is an labor intensive agriculture which involves uses of irrigation, high doses of biochemical inputs to obtain high production, and the right of inheritance means the successive generations get the land and further which is divided among the family members, which leads to land holding very small, that becomes very uneconomical, and the farmers continue to take maximum output from the limited land in absence of the alternative source of livelihood. So there is a great pressure of population on the agricultural land. Next type is the commercial farming. So here what the farmers they use high doses of the modern inputs of high yielding variety of seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and pesticides. And the degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to the another region in the country. For example, rice is a commercial crop in Punjab and Haryana, but it is a subsistence crop in the state of Odisha. Next type is farming is plantation. And this type of farming is done that is on a larger area and the single crop is grown, and it has an interface of agriculture and industry. It covers large tracts of land using capital intensive inputs with the help of migrant laborers. In India, the crops which are grown under the plantations are tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane and banana. Since the plantation is for market purposes, for the sale purposes, so a developed network of transport and communication connecting the plantation areas and the increasing the industries and the markets, they play an important role in the development of the plantations. And tea is confined in which states? In Assam and in the North Bengal, and coffee is in the state of Karnataka. Now these were the types of the farmings. Now we will study the pattern, cropping pattern, which is used in our country, that is called agricultural seasons. So we are having here 3 agricultural seasons in our country, that is called Rabi means winter, Kharif means summer, and the Zaid means a short cropping season between these 2 seasons. So what is Rabi? What crops we are grown? This under the Rabi, what is it? The crops are sown in the winter season, that is October to December, and are harvested in the summer from April to June. And the important crops are wheat, barley, peas, gram and mustard. Availability of precipitation during winter months due to the western temperate cyclones helps in the success of these crops in our country. Next is the Cariff crops. Now these crops are sown or they are grown with the onset of the monsoon and harvested in September to October. And important crops are paddy, jowar, bajra, tur, moong, urd, cotton, jute, groundnuts and soya beans. And in the states like Assam, West Bengal, Odisha, these crops of paddy are grown in a year, and these are Os, Aman and Boro. Means 3 crops they grow in a year. And the Boro, the important, other than these, the rice grown regions in the country are in Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and in the Konkan coastal regions of the country. Next season is the Zaid. That is in between the Rabi and Kharif season, there is a short cropping season during the summer months, and this is called Zaid. And which crops are grown here? Watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber and vegetables and the fodder crops. And sugarcane is a crop that takes almost a year to grow. So these were the meaning of the agriculture and its importance and its types and the agricultural pattern in our country. So now what are the major food crops and the non-food crops grown in a country? I will continue in the next video. Stay blessed. Thank you.